Welcome to Stories Found. Each week we feature funny, weird, and mostly true stories from writers, artists, and storytellers around the world. I'm your host, Ava Love Hanna, a writer and humorist from Austin, Texas. Joining me is my writing partner, audio engineer, and all-around cool guy, Paul Hanna. You're listening to Stories Found. Our featured organization this week is Sentences Book Donations. Their goal is to network readers with prison librarians and juvenile detention centers to determine their needs and donate books for use in their facilities. You can find the group on Facebook or Goodreads. We encourage you to visit them online and see how you can donate books and help further their mission. We'll have the direct links on our site, storiesfound.com. Thanks for joining us for this special Halloween edition of Stories Found. This week we're talking to the fantastic playwright Clinton Festa, and then hearing his super funny 10-minute play, Picky Zombies. Clinton began his career as a writer and cartoonist for his campus humor magazine. Since then, he's had short plays produced around the U.S. and Canada, comedy sketches that have placed in national competitions, and he recently published a novel, Ancient Canada, a mythological tale. During the pandemic, he wrote and directed a 7-episode action comedy podcast called The Malone Family in the Enchanted Forest, which was produced by the Cary Playwrights Forum. Clinton runs an online book drive for inmates in prisons and juvenile detention centers called Sentences Book Donations. He lives in Greensboro, North Carolina with his wife and children. Clinton is smart, funny, and an excellent conversationalist, and I'm excited to introduce you to him today. Hi, Clinton. Thanks for joining us today to chat about your super funny play, Picky Zombies.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Well, let me start by saying we were excited to get your script as part of our holiday call for submissions. We're big fans of Halloween over here, and we knew we wanted 2 shows for October. The minute we got Picky Zombies, I was like, well, that's it. We're halfway there. So thanks for making my job easier.
Oh, my pleasure. And by the way, I loved your submission op, your graphic for the submission op. That was fantastic. If anybody hasn't seen it, I think it's basically a serial killer with a Santa Claus hat and a box of chocolates for Valentine's Day. It was all things to all people. I loved it.
That's what I was hoping. I was like, it's a little scary, but it's funny. And I think that kind of really, that's sort of the theme of our podcast, right?
I knew right away. I was like, I want to work with these people.
That's it. Well, I think I mentioned this to you by email, but we actually did a zombie script a few episodes ago. I think it was episode 5. It was The Interview by Mark Harvey Levine. And so there was a little bit of back and forth on whether this was going to be too many zombie plays too close to each other. But we said, you know what, this script, Picky Zombies, is too funny to pass up. So, you know, we're okay with our eventual transition to an all-zombie podcast, apparently.
Well, we're all headed in that direction eventually anyway.
Right, it works. It works for our time. So without giving too much away, tell everyone a little bit about the script. What are we going to hear today?
Well, the original idea, I like to work starting with a premise. I feel like if I'm going to start writing, then I want to be on, especially comedy, I want to start on fertile comedy ground. Otherwise, you're just trying to force the jokes to grow out of rocks.
Exactly.
So a really good friend of mine and a fellow playwright, excellent playwright named Mike Brannon, his son asked the age-old question, what makes zombies eat brains? What is it about brains? Specifically, what is and that kind of led to the question of what is a good brain? And if a zombie were, kind of a foodie, a food snob zombie, what would they want out of a brain? And because, you start thinking that some people think they have a good brain and other people don't, but they do. So we try to question that. We want to try to ask that question and maybe let the audience answer it.
I love it. Yes, that's perfect. And it's so important about comedy is it sort of, for me, especially when I'm a comedy writer, it needs a premise. It's not just about gags. And that's what I think really spoke to me about the script. Another thing I think is so funny is that 2 of the main mechanisms for the humor are about juxtaposition. So we have this mediocre man who's in charge, but rather incapable. And we have these connoisseur, erudite zombies who really put him in his place. And you've told me a little bit about how that came into being. So where did you get the idea for juxtaposing these characters?
Well, I've always liked the idea of sort of an authority figure struggling against like the people he feels he's above. And maybe you could maybe you could argue that that comes from just, I am Arthur, King of the Britons, Monty Python. Just like this guy ought to be your king, and you give him no respect, absolutely no authority. And that's just to me one of the most hilarious places to start. So yeah,
Hmm.
our main character is kind of in that sort of position. And yet, the zombies are kind of heckling him in a way. They're not treating him like a normal zombie would, and he's not really. I mean, he's kind of flailing and struggling.
Hmm. Well, I think that's one thing that is so great about this play is it's timely. It fits into our zeitgeist perfectly. We have the privileged, albeit bumbling, strong lead. The real hero is that less learned, less traditionally successful assistant. So, did
Yeah.
current events help influence the writing of the script, or is that something that sort of works its way into your work naturally?
Subconsciously, I bet it has because
Hmm.
I wouldn't know, but it didn't not consciously. Like I
Right.
wouldn't say that I necessarily consciously thought of this as anything really heavily influenced by current events. But you never know.
You never know how it gets in there. I sort of hate that question when people ask me too about my writing. I'm like, I don't know, man. Like the
Well,
ideas just
because
come.
I've looked back sometimes and I've thought like,
Mhm.
wow, I do most of my writing after the kids go to bed on the weekends and my
Right.
wife's asleep and everything like that. And sometimes I look back, I'm like, there is a trend here, and a lot of my
Hmm.
characters had not really in this play, but a lot of the characters have gone through sleep deprivation, and I was very much not aware of that until I kind of did a little check on myself. I was like, yeah, so subconsciously, you never know.
Well, I love that. Yeah, I have a 14-year-old, and I will say that parenthood and writing, they're compatible, but also at the same time, they really change you as a writer. Your topics change, and yes, sleep deprivation is a huge part of it. So I love that. I love that you sort of sleep deprived and writing zombie plays.
Yeah, and if you have a 14-year-old, I got two kids in middle school, and some people have asked like, hey, how's the writing going? I'm like, I don't know. As soon as I can get my kids' middle school math teachers to take their foot off the gas pedal, I might actually
Yeah.
get some math done or some writing done.
Exactly. It is funny too how we have to prioritize. I was on a different podcast talking about my writing, and we do as parents have to prioritize like our energy.
Yeah.
If I spend my energy here, will I have the energy to write? But kids come first. So um about that, I want to ask a little bit about your writing process. So for me, I didn't start as a playwright. I was actually an actor and a writer. I was a poetry major. I only
Yeah.
later moved into playwriting. So a play might start with, like now for me, a couple lines of snappy dialogue. I sort of start in the middle and then I see the scene and then it grows from there. Do you have a process like that? Do you work outward or inward?
It does start with an idea, and
Hmm.
sometimes those ideas come from, conversations like I had. And they can be the most unexpected things. Like I was talking to another Cub Scout parent
Hmm.
about their dog, and they
Hmm.
adopted a greyhound, and they were talking about the process of how greyhounds race for a while, and then they grade out when they stop,
Hmm.
performing as well. And then I thought it's funny you mentioned the poetry thing because I thought, well, I wonder what happens to poets,
uh,
and you know,
we become
is
playwrights.
there
No.
is there a rescue group for poets and things like that? So that of all conversations that led to that. But the really kind of the trend there is that just getting out and talking to people, having
Yes.
conversations and having like these epiphanies that come from nowhere, but asking the question, what if? So some people ask the question, why and how and things like that. And I don't care. Somebody will say, oh, well, check out. Let me show you how this tool works. You can really build a good wooden fence. I don't care.
Yeah.
I want to know what if. So that's always the
Yes.
question I ask. And that's, I think, the starting point for a premise. And the writing process to me starts with probably more what ifs
Hmm.
than ever come to be written. But it's those ones that I just cannot let go of that just keep bugging me.
Hmm.
2 weeks later, 3 weeks later, like when my son asked me, my son thinks the same way. He does the what if question. My
Uh-huh.
son asked me, "Hey, Dad, do you think Area 51 has a bring your kids to work day?" And I just could not stop thinking about that weeks later. I'm like, I have to write it.
Yep.
It's like a thing in my head that is going to rot on the vine if I don't get this out on paper at some point. And that's what kind of is the energy behind it. I'm like, if I'm still thinking about it weeks later and it's still kind of making me laugh,
Yep. Hmm.
that's the one that I'm going to prioritize because, like you said, we don't have the mental space and throughout the
Exactly.
day, we don't have the time, the actual time in the week. We got to pick what we're going to pick, and I'm going to go with that one.
Perfect. I will say that having a child is really helpful with coming up with ideas because they are still free to think without constraint, right? They just sort of, have you ever wanted to be a dragon? I remember all the little questions he would ask me, and I'd jot that down. I'm like, I'm going to write a poem about that.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
now I'm fortunate enough that my 14-year-old is hilarious, and I can still get away with stealing his jokes. So I think having kids is a wonderful, wonderful tool for writers. Um,
Yeah.
I
Well, you know what
will.
they say. The apple doesn't fall from far from the tree, but the nut falls straight down.
That's true. That's absolutely true.
Yep.
So, any favorite playwrights you want to discuss? We're big fans of name dropping here, and I will go into this saying I hate when people ask me this question. I read plays every day. When someone asks me my favorite playwright, I'm like, I've never read a play in my entire life, and so I hate being on the spot. But having said that, you are now on the spot. Who are some of your favorite playwrights?
Okay, I want to answer this question with a positive frame of mind because I can think of a few playwrights that are dead,
Uh
that I'm just, oh my gosh, what are I
uh.
just plays that I shall not be named. Four characters, no subplot, four
Mm-hmm.
basically flawed people just arguing and yelling at each other for 3 hours. That does not do it for me. Maybe that was cool in the 1920s, but anybody who doesn't write like that is my hero. Anybody who says,
Wonderful.
you know what, the heck with this. I'm going to have 8 characters. I'm
Mm-hmm.
going to have at least one subplot,
Mm-hmm.
and we're going to have more than this is not all going to happen in a bus terminal
Mm-hmm.
or in like,
Folksy Midwestern
one.
town, right?
Right, exactly. In one saloon for
Yep.
like anybody that writes multiple settings. Now, again, am I a producer or a director? No, not really.
Mm-hmm.
So I wouldn't be answering that question. Oh man, I got to build 2 sets. I got to build 3 sets. What is this guy thinking? I'm never going to line up eight actors' schedules. But as a playwright, that you're my hero if you do that. If you can write multiple scenes, settings, more than four
Mm-hmm.
characters, and just put it on paper and let everybody else figure it out.
And really just expanding the use of space. Those are the kind
Yep.
of plays I'm drawn to. Like, what can we do with the stage? How can we really move in a different direction from what we've seen over and over again? Wonderful. Yeah,
Right.
that was a great answer.
Thank
I
you.
love
Thank you.
that. I noticed you didn't drop one name, so no, it's okay. It's perfect.
You got me.
No, no, no. Okay, so I do have one final question for you, and this is a big one. So, your mother has told you 3 times that she doesn't want you to make a big deal out of Mother's Day this year. What is she trying to tell you?
Oh gosh. Well, if she said it 3 times, she must really mean it.
And that will make more sense to everyone once they've read the play. It is a hilarious part of this script. Absolutely love it. This has been super fun. So thanks so much for chatting with us today, Clinton. It's been a blast.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Stories Found is now proud to present Picky Zombies by Clinton Festa.
Good, you made it. This is it, Barbara. You ready?
A little nervous, but yes. I've blasted my share of pumpkins with my shotgun down at the range. I'm ready to kill some real zombies.
Now, these aren't going to be like just any old zombies. These are recently infected cooking school zombies.
Oh, those poor students. Oh, gosh, I really feel so bad for them.
Hey, don't talk like that.
Sorry, John. So, how'd it happen?
Word is some C student undercooked the foie gras, and the entire L'Académie de Culinaire de Pittsburgh got infected.
That's why you always use a meat thermometer.
Exactly. And yet he's the only one left we think may be untainted. Life is funny.
It sure is. So this is an extraction mission?
Yep. His name is Ricky. We got a 911 call from him 30 minutes ago, coming from the meat locker. Nothing since. Either his battery died, or he's a zombie now.
Only one way to find out.
That's right. And by the way, l'Académie Culinaire de Pittsburgh means the Culinary Academy of Pittsburgh, in French, in case you were wondering.
Got it.
I always knew my minor in French would pay off someday.
As long as you can shoot a shotgun.
Anybody can do that. How many people do you know with a medical degree in infectious pathology?
So it's Dr. John?
Yes. Yes, it is. Hey, you know what they call the guy who graduates last in medical school?
A doctor?
Phil Harper. You know what they call the valedictorian? Me.
Wow, valedictorian. Impressive. I was more of a C student in high school, like our man in the meat locker.
And here we are, both zombie hunters. Life is funny.
Yep. So, should I ask you any more questions about yourself?
Nope. Let's go.
I think I see a walker by the fountain.
Yep. Just one. Perfect time to get your first kill. I'm gonna lure him out as bait. You line up your shot and blow his brains out.
You sure?
Just don't hesitate. When you have your moment, take it. Hey, stupid! Over here! Come get it, dummy!
Brains.
That's right, brains! And I got 'em. Just a little closer, nitwit. Just a little... Hey, where are you going, dummy?
Got him! My first zombie!
Nice shot, Barb. Hey, did you notice that zombie kind of like, walked right by me?
I didn't notice. I was staring straight down the barrel.
Yeah, it was probably just my imagination. Come on, let's go inside the building. The lights are out. Stay right behind me. Barbara, Walker, 12 o'clock. Get down!
Brains.
Damn it, not now! Not now!
You want me to get him, John?
No! Just stay down! Work! Damn it! Work!
Brains. Excuse me. Brains.
Sorry, John. I couldn't wait any longer. He was coming right for me.
Yeah, I noticed. Hey, was it me or did that zombie say excuse me and just walk right past me?
I didn't notice. John, behind you.
Huh?
Dude, move. Brains. Tasty brains.
Okay, now that wasn't my imagination. I distinctly heard, nice shot by the way, but that's 3 zombies now who have all...
John, the meat locker's down this hallway, and the coast is clear. Let's go.
All right.
There it is. Door shut. 2 zombies standing guard. Let's blow their brains out and...
Hang on. Use the net.
John, come on. You're not still bothered by...
Use the net, rookie. I need to get some answers here.
Okay, here goes. Got him!
Good toss. You cover the rear while I talk to them. Hey, zombies.
Oh, no.
Now, what's that supposed to mean?
Good brains. Back there.
What? Barbara?
John, hurry. I think I hear some more coming down the hall.
Zombie like good brains. Smart brains taste better.
What? I'm smart.
No, you dumb. Lady smart. Zombie eat bar.
Barbara Brains.
Barbara Brains!
Oh, come on. What about me?
You, amygdala. Zombie can smell from here.
Yeah. Ooh, pew.
Amygdala? What are you talking about?
John, I see one down the hall. Just blast those two so we can get moving.
Hang on. What do you mean, all amygdala?
Part of brain that process fear, anxiety.
Primitive brain.
Tastes like microwave broccoli.
What?
John, we need to get moving.
See? Lady smarter. Brain tastes better.
But I got a perfect score on the MCAT.
You take prep course. Rope memorization.
Yeah, lowest level of learning.
No,
All amygdala. Zombie like prefrontal cortex like lady have.
Frontal lobes. Personality. Decision making.
John, they're swarming me. Let's go.
So you're telling me that if you had my brain on a silver platter, you wouldn't eat it?
Maybe feed under table to zombie dog.
No! Zombie dog like pig brain.
Oh, come on. I'm dumber than a pig now.
Pig very smart animal.
I have a degree from Carnegie Mellon.
No, that good school. You brain like vegetable.
Yeah, you go to cucumber melon.
John, let's go.
Lady with better personality, right?
Oh, now I'm not only dumber, but she has a better personality.
And abstract processing.
Abstract processing.
You stuck-up food snobs.
Zombie proof. Ask you question.
Yeah, easy question.
John, would you just help me? They're all over me.
Yeah, you don't have to rub it in. Okay, go ahead. What's the question?
What it mean when family member avoid eye contact?
What? What kind of question is that?
Not school question. Life question.
I don't know. They're tired?
No, John. It means something's wrong and they're probably upset with you. Oh, gosh, my 4-year-old nephew could have answered that.
Well, how am I supposed to know?
Lady have good hippocampus.
Tasty limbic system. Want to eat.
Zombie not shallow. Zombie like woman for her brain.
Okay, give me another one.
You invited to dinner party. What do you bring?
I don't know, an extra main course?
No, John. You bring a salad, dessert, or a bottle of wine.
Okay, so Barbara's smarter than me. Go on and eat her brains then.
John, just blow their skulls off.
Oh, right. Damn it, not again!
John, are you going to kill any zombies today? Hurry!
I'm trying, it's not working!
Take safety off, stupid.
Oh, yeah. There we go.
Okay, let's get our man and run.
Hello?
Finally. Are you Ricky?
That's me. I called 911. I'm so sorry. I think I undercooked the pate.
We all make mistakes. Don't be too hard on yourself. Are you okay? Do you think you were infected?
You're asking all the wrong questions, John. Hey, Ricky. Your mother has told you 3 times that she doesn't want you to make a big deal of Mother's Day this year. What is she trying to tell you?
Well, if she said it 3 times, she must really mean it?
Huh. Oh yeah, John. This one's brain would taste like microwave broccoli, no question about it.
Microwave broccoli? What does that mean?
Never mind, kid. Just walk casually out the front door. You'll be fine.
You've just heard Picky Zombies by Clinton Festa. It was performed for you today by Joe Llorens as John, Liz Bernstein as Barbara, Paul Hanna as generic zombies, zombie number 1 and Ricky, and Ava Love Hanna as zombie number 2. This episode was edited and mixed for you by Paul Hanna and ELA Studios. We'll have a post on our website with more information about Clinton and links to where you can find more of his plays, his novel, and social media links, as well as bios and links to our talented actors. You can find all of that on our website, storiesfound.com. Our sponsor this week is us. We've hijacked this spot because we're excited to tell you about our new newsletter. Subscribe to be the first to know about new episodes, calls for submissions, auditions, shows, and more. Join us at storiesfound.substack.com. We'll have the sign-up link right on the homepage of our website, storiesfound.com. Thanks for listening to Stories Found. We've been your hosts, Ava Love Hanna and Paul Hanna. Get more info about this week's episode, subscribe to our newsletter, or submit your own story and be a featured storyteller in a future episode. You can do all that and more on our website, storiesfound.com. Stories Found was recorded at ELA Studios deep in the heart of Austin, Texas.